Right.
Oh, before I start talking about it, is that what you think?
Yeah.
Or like talking about it in a marketing sense?
Yeah, like why are you pushing out the bigger, more expensive console when you ain't got nothing really to showcase it? Especially from them.
Yeah, actually, that makes sense because they might scare off the people that bought the S. Be like, yeah, why are you talking so much about this 4K? I can't do that on my Series S. What the fuck?
Exactly. Like it's very weird that they don't talk, bro. It's been like how much? Almost 3 years. They don't talk about the X, bro.
It is ridiculous.
It seems purposeful, like you are doing this on purpose. You're not talking about this console at all. You're not talking about when it comes back in stores, because it's not going back in stores. Yeah. It's all look at this past holiday. Not one X in that commercial, bro. They
show more the Samsung TV than they show
exactly cloud and all that.
Yeah. So hey, yo, what up? Shout out, welcome my friends, my family, my fellow gamers. It's your only friend, these YouTube streets, Parity77. I got the crew here. We're back with another 60 frames, no lag podcast, and we're gonna talk it up. But first, we're gonna hit up the panel. Yo, Jay Barry, what's going on, my brother? You living the VR life? Living the Vida Loca? The Vida Loca?
VR, man. You know what I mean? Trying to beat this Call of Duty. That game keeps getting funner and fun, man. I'm digging the battles with the machines. There's a lot of climbing in there, but it's very intuitive. Like it's very like tactile with the climbing. It's like feels good.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I don't know if it's an issue with me in my room right now where I need probably another lighting source, because sometimes only with Horizon Call of the Mountain it will be like, oh, you lost tracking with the lighting. It happens like probably 3 times. Okay. I'm like, why the hell keep doing that?
You need pretty good lighting. I don't know how good the tracking is on the PSVR 2 when it comes to like lighting conditions, but you need pretty good lighting for it to know what's going on. Really? You can't play in the dark.
Really?
Yeah, it would just give you a little prompt sometimes. It was like, oh, we lost
the headset. The headset is trying to track the room, which the room isn't emitting light, and it's trying to track the controllers, which is like the little IR lights that the controllers have. If you're in the pitch black, it can see the controllers, but it doesn't know where you're at in the room, so it can't tell. It can't have that data to position you somewhere with the headset and stuff, so it gets all crazy.
Okay.
But it only happens with calling them out. Like other games, I don't really have that issue. But you know what I mean? I'm just getting me another lamp or whatnot in this room.
Well, you could do
everything's pretty cool though.
Well, a really good tip is you can buy an IR light and put it behind you, not facing in front, not facing the headset, but put it in a corner of your room, and you won't see the light, but the VR will, because the VR sees IR lights.
Oh,
so you just put that.
Light. Okay.
Yeah, an infrared light, and it's gonna blast your room wide for you. It's gonna be bright as shit for the headset, but not for you.
Yeah, because you won't see it. But
people play in the dark like that.
Okay, that's not bad. That's not bad. All right. Okay. Call me Jay. What's going on, brother? How's everything with you?
Hey, man. Nothing much. Just the usual work, playing. I'm currently playing Division 2 right now as I'm talking to you guys. So
okay. Right,
yeah, I kind of forgot because I started to grind this a little bit. I was like, oh shit, the freaking live stream. Let me just jump in. Fuck it.
Did they put any new updates, or are you just catching up on old stuff that you haven't gotten around to?
So the problem with Division 2 is that like they're like drip feeding the content with the seasons and stuff. But I haven't played it in so long that the gameplay and the music and everything else is really good that I don't mind just playing through it and leveling up my character and such.
I bought that game.
The grind.
I bought that game.
Yeah, go ahead.
And I don't even know how the title screen looks like.
Yeah.
I never booted it. I said, I don't know how even the start screen looks like. I bought it because I was hyped, and then something came up, and then you know how it is, because I was around the time Sony games just started flooding. Like you like, damn, it just kept piling. And that just
it's a good game, but like you're one that dropped Destiny because it was like you were getting caught up on the grind too much. This game's gonna be similar. You could play it through the story and beat it, and that's it. But it's pretty grindy. Just like it's better grind than Destiny in my opinion, but it's still a grinding game.
Yeah. Destiny could get ridiculous when it comes to the grind, right? So shout out to the chat. Hey, thank you so much everybody for rocking out. We got Spider Silver here, Mel Wilcox, Thank Fountain, Kratos99. We got Kratos99. He's decided to join the 60 FNL family, and he gifted out, what is it, 5? Yep. Kratos99 gifted 5. Who got lucky? So Aniki was gifted with a membership. Congratulations. Malice Flair, It's me, baby, Stephen J. Oh, snap. Oh, snap. Oh, snap. Welcome, everybody. Hey, hopefully we'll give you a good show today. Kratos99, shout out to you. Thank you so much for being part of the 60 Frame No Lag family.
Yeah, Kratos, good people.
You know what I'm saying? No doubt, man. We also see him up in the What's Up, podcast on Saturdays. We see him in the chat. He's doing his thing. Thank you so much, man, for rocking out with us. You know what I'm saying? A toast to Kratos99. Oh, I see Salty is Gaming up in here. He snuck in, you know what I'm saying? He's ready to see what's going on. Sergeant's up in here. Matty Beast is up in here. J-Row, what's up? Another channel member and stuff. AC's up in here. What's up, everybody? Damn, I love it. I'm enjoying this. The Truth, yo, I'm loving it. I'm loving the energy. I love the fact that you guys are rocking out, supporting PlayStation content creators and all that stuff, man. But most important, man, I'm just glad you're just here chilling with me. You could be doing anything else in the world, but you're here chilling with me. You're here chilling with Jay Barry. Call me Jay. You know what I'm saying? J-Dub, you know what I'm saying? Right now he's in GameStop. He's trying to turn in his Xbox Series X. And they're not trying to accept it. They say, we don't want this dog shit. So, he's running behind. He's fighting. He's done. Yeah. They don't want to take it.
They're trying to give him $20.
Yeah, they're trying to pay him just to leave. They're trying to pay him just to leave. He ain't taking the money. He's like, you gonna take this box back.
He came in. They're like, no, we don't do trade-ins on that. I was like, oh, you can keep it. No, sir. Like, it's yours, and we're not taking a Series S anymore. All right.
Said we'll give you 80 in credit and 20 in cash.
Yeah, just leave with the damn thing. You know what I'm saying? Hell, we'll give you an Xbox Series S along with it. Just go. You know what I'm saying? So he's like, he called me like, Puerto Rock, I am not leaving until they take this Xbox Series X. I'm like, damn, what you told them? Man, I told them, sell it used to somebody. And then what they said? They said, sell it to who? This thing got no games. I'm like, oh man. Shit is rough. So hopefully he'll be joining us soon and stuff like that. But anyway, Jets, hey, I want to kick off straight up to the topic. And it'll probably lead into the next one. But news report UK once again. PlayStation increased sales by 300%. That's almost what, double, triple? That's like, again, like this thing is like getting carried away at this point, right? So my question to you right now, with PlayStation kicking off, and I think it's also started to outsold the Wii. Holy cow, the Switch. It started outselling the Switch in Japan over the last couple of weeks by a significant amount.
For the last like 5 or 6 weeks,
yes.
It's been outselling.
So did the PlayStation 5 finally break that ice? You know what I'm talking about? Where it's finally like, oh, I'm here, motherfucker. Now we could play. I could give heat to anybody. Switch, Xbox, anybody. You think right now that's it? It's a wrap. PlayStation's on that high note, and there's really nothing slowing it down, unless maybe like the Switch 2 or some shit. We'll start off with J Bar. What do you think? You think it's like PlayStation 2? It's a wrap. It's over. That's it. It's done.
Yeah. One thing with Japan is like it was very, very hard to get a PlayStation 5 in Japan, and now that it's readily available, people can get one without probably going to one of the scalpers or eBay or whatnot. You can get one actually at retail price. So yeah, it's definitely a highly demand product, especially with the games coming out. I remember hearing from a lot of people from Japan. It was like one of the concerns is like when Final Fantasy 16 releases, would they be able to get a PS5? You know what I mean? They were concerned about that. But
well, now we got that answer.
Yeah, now the scalping has kind of mitigated a little bit. People are getting it more in their hands, but yeah, I mean this is just the norm, man. Like PlayStation, they've been doing a great job offering games. Like if you're getting into a PlayStation 5 right now, like there's nothing stopping you, especially if it's available. You have so much games available to play. I think PlayStation also did a great job as far as like selling the console and marketing the console, because everything that they promoted before the console, they have games, they have showcases to let you know, like, yeah, we're showcasing, here's the DualSense controller, we got our games that use this. Oh, here's ray tracing. No, ray tracing was something that was first announced with Xbox, but they don't have a first party case of anything ray tracing. PlayStation has the best examples when it comes to console gaming, when it comes to ray tracing. You know what I mean? So yeah, like right now, getting a PlayStation 5 with Demon Souls, Ratchet and Clank, Eternal, all these games, Horizon, God of War. It's an easy sell. Cause look at all the shit that you can just play right from the rip. And I think PlayStation Plus is a big help too. You know what I mean? Because it's a great service. You subscribe to that. You get a whole bunch of games that you can play as well. The PlayStation collection is there. If you're new to PlayStation, you have a whole bunch of PS4 games that you have backwards compatible to play through. Like it's just a win-win getting a PlayStation 5. It's no longer, oh, I gotta wait until 3 games or 4 games to come and I'll get the console. No, there's a lot of games that you can get and play that is top tier when you buy this console. So yeah,
or if you're that picky, right? Then there's no way you're playing on Xbox. If you're that picky,
exactly.
If you're like nah, then you can't have it both ways. If you have refined taste, fine, but don't be capping for Xbox with the refined taste. Like whoa, hold on, man. Nah, this is.
You're right. We've been here a long time. You know, that's what they always say, bro. They were like, oh, I gotta wait till 5 games come. And look, and now on top of that, you got PlayStation VR 2. It's just like, yo, it's a console. Like, why wouldn't you get a PlayStation 5? It has so much that it's offering. You know what I mean? And it offers the most uniqueness, the most unique way to play some of these games with the DualSense controller, with the VR headset too. You know what I mean? So
yeah, it's
just a win-win game.
Okay. Hey, call me.
But it takes $1,000 to play it.
Oh shit! Hey, yo, J-Dub, did you finally trade it in? They finally took it. They took your Xbox.
They finally took it, bro. They gave me a bill 50 and a dirty look. That's what they gave me, man.
Oh man.
Man, stall them out.
They gave you cash or credit. They gave you cash or credit, J-Dub.
Listen.
They gave him the Wendy's Frosty bucks. So you can get a Wendy's Frosty, $150 worth of Frosties.
Yeah. And then they put my picture up saying, don't service this guy no more.
No welcoming no more.
He's not allowed back at this GameStop. Oh,
yeah. Listen. Let me tell you guys, man. Listen, y'all know. Everybody on the panel, we pretty much buy everything. That's just what we do. We're the hardcore. We're the leading edge. So we always got to have the latest great. When I tell you I've spent a lot of money on Xbox, man, I've spent a lot of money on Xbox. from controllers, consoles,
refrigerators,
just everything. Yeah,
onesies, hoodies, and
all on the whim, right? On the expectation that these guys were going to have some great games, that they were going to deliver on the promises, they were going to deliver on the hardware. And everything else, right? The high fidelity VR,
Wait for 3,
the 4K 60, no uncompromised.
It eats monsters.
Yes, all the microchips in them all.
ESRAM upgrade.
The ESRAM upgrade, the DX12, the dual stack GPU.
The one code, what is it? The one code.
Full RDNA2.
Yeah,
what was the one code? What was that thing called? One code. It's one game and plays everywhere. What was that shit called? I forgot what that shit called.
Yeah, I forgot the name. They got rid of that shit. Yeah, and none of the stuff that these guys promised has panned out, right? And this is over last generation and this generation. And I keep telling people, this generation is just a continuation of last generation for Xbox. They offer nothing new. They have nothing new, and now we have developers out here saying, "Hey, you're not going to get a game on this platform because we can't get it to work with the Series S and the Series X." And I don't care whose fault it is. I don't care if, you can blame the developer, you can blame Microsoft, you can blame Xbox, you can blame, what's his name? The dude who designed Jason Ronald. It doesn't matter. At the end of the day, I'm a consumer. And they promised this consumer that I was going to get all of this stuff that has yet to come to fruition. I've went all of 2022 without a single first-party IP. And here we are again. Y'all know I'm a racer. Y'all know I'm a diehard racer. They showed a trailer of Forza last year, and here we are, and it's going on fucking April. Half of the year is almost over, and they don't even have a release date for it. Let alone Starfield, right? Supposedly they're big IP.
Not only that,
there's no release date.
Not only that, but for Forza, they showcased a bunch of cars and talked about new cars coming to that series, and then they took them out of the base game.
And then they're going to be in DLC. All the new cars in DLC. And listen, I'm just fed up of the lies. And yeah, I troll Xbox all the time, only because I want them to do better. But at the same time, I'm still a consumer. I still spend my money. I still buy the games. I still play the games. I still buy the hardware. Everything. I'm just done. I'm fed up. And listen, my threshold for Xbox was already super slim. I just think the constant excuses and the sad part about it. Shout out to my brother Tim Dog. Y'all know he's been here since day one.
He tired.
When he's tired and fed up, man, that's when you know it's over.
He took a hiatus. He's like, you know what? I'm yeah.
That was
yo. You know what? If you listen to a lot of these Xbox podcasts, though, they all sound like how Tim Dog is feeling.
Yep.
It's just unenthusiastic. You know what I mean? There's no energy because they got nothing to really feed off, bro. There's no disrespect, but that's what I sense when I listen to these podcasts sometimes.
Vari, week after week, day after day, there's nothing but bad Xbox news. And it's got to the point where even if this Blizzard Activision stuff go through, which I think it will, right? Even if it goes through, the average Xbox gamer is so depressed and so beat down by having this drag on and having no games and having nothing to be proud of. It's just, bruh, it's hard to come back from that. They're already reeling from the ass whooping that they received last generation. And now that stuff is carrying over to this generation. They were promised the 40 to 50 frames delta. They was promised all of this stuff by Aaron Greenberg, Phil Spencer, and everybody else. And none of that stuff is coming to fruition. How are you getting beat by your competition that has a 3T flop disadvantage? How?
Same settings.
You have the worst running version of the multi-class. At least they had that going from last generation with the Xbox One X. At least they could count on that. They can't even count on that this generation. So I just had enough. I'm fed up. I took my 1 terabyte Seagate drive. I took my last Xbox Series X. I just took it to GameStop. I took the store credit. And I'm gonna buy a bunch of fucking more PSVR games.
You know what's crazy too? Like when we do these comparisons, a lot of people's comparing the Series X with the PlayStation 5, but that's like we're saying in the pre-show. That's not everybody's experience.
Exactly.
The majority of the people that's having a next gen.
It's like assuming a PC game. Yeah, it's like assuming a PC gamer all have 4090s.
Yeah,
that's not the case at all.
According to Steam, the majority of PC guys have 1060, right? They don't have ray tracing. They've never seen ray tracing in their PCs, right? They're lucky to get 60 frames. They're not playing at 200, 300 frames a second. Even though the average PC guy would love to think that everybody has 4090s and playing at all these ridiculous frames and
their mindset is that it's whatever they have that matters, not everybody else's. So they talk about their PCs, but they don't talk about the general population that all have, like you said.
Some of them don't even talk about their PC. They feel like PC got the 4090 and that's what they be using. They don't be talking about their old PC, bro.
Yeah,
real talk.
No.
So like if you actually like J Dub, Bar, you got like a 3080, right? You know what
I got 3080 Ti.
4090 and the 3090 Ti.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So for the guys that do actually own the hardware, right? It makes sense to say in my predicament, PC is the way to go because of what I bought. But I understand for other people, you might want to get a PS5 because your shit is whack.
Yeah.
Like, unless you're willing to step up, you might actually get a better experience running with these consoles if you can't drop $700, $800, or $900 upgrade for a GPU. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
And there's nothing wrong with saying that. Like,
if you have a PC or if you don't have a PC, to get something that's similar spec to a PS5 in terms of what you see in games, in terms of graphics and resolution, it's pretty expensive. Even if you own a PC already. So PC does have advantages of certain games and systems and whatever, but like if you just want a cheap way to get next gen, a PS5 is the way to go, even if you own a PC that's like average.
Yeah, and I'll add to this. As someone who owns a 4090 and a 3090 Ti, PC rigs, I'm here to tell you, this generation has really closed the gap when it comes to the performance and the options from console. Of course, console is not going to beat a 4090 and a top of the line. Of course it's not. And no one should expect it, right? Yep. For the cost, what you're getting. But a console is the best price to performance ratio. You're getting your 4K graphics, you're getting your ray tracing, you're getting your 120 frame options, you're getting everything in between, the 3D audio, on top of the dual haptic feedback, on top of the high fidelity VR support, and on top of the exclusives, right? Like all that for $399 entry level. There's no PC you can buy, and I know the average PC Master Race fanboy would like you to believe you can just go to Walmart, spend $200 on a cheap laptop or a cheap gaming PC, and you be equivalent, right? Because for some reason they feel like it's talking about a PlayStation or X Series X, a PS5 or X Series X will lower their, I guess, their threshold. So their enjoyment. I'm like, dude, you're a PC. Enjoy your PC. Yep. I hate when dudes bring PC in a console space. I hate when that happens because it for one is not truthful. And when people say, "Well, PC running better," it's like, okay, but does your PC run it better? Let's see your specs. Because the stats numbers don't lie, right? The majority of people are gaming on fucking Intel integrated graphics in those fucking old ass GTX 1060s. So stop with the cap about how my PC can run all this ray tracing, ultra high, super 4K and all that stuff. It's just it is what it is, and I can.
They talk as if like the developers make the games around their specific PC, but they go around the general population, which is 1060s.
Absolutely.
And another thing that people really fail to understand is like on the PS4 generation, even the PS3 generation, as powerful as those consoles were at that time, PCs were still way ahead in terms of power. The reality is that on the PS4 generation, a 970, which is a really old card, was like 2 times as powerful. Nowadays, the PS5 and the Series X, at least, they went so high in terms of the power threshold.
They did a good jump.
Like when they start making games,
it's above those 1060s. It's above those 1060s.
It's above the low end current cards, a 3060, a 3050 Ti, stuff. Those these PS5s are like way ahead of those GPUs.
I think they said it's on the equivalent to like a 2080 Ti or a 2070 Ti, something like that.
Super.
But regardless, it's not even about the classification. It's about the optimization.
Yeah.
Those consoles are able to do that. You just can't do on the PC.
Yeah.
PC will never be optimized because the spec set is so wide. Right? Even if you buy 2 similar spec PCs, you're going to get 2 different types of performance out of them, depending on your settings, depending on everything. So that's why
drivers and all that other crap.
Absolutely. That's why, and I mean, once we talk about VR, then I think you really get a lot of people butthurt on that because right now PSVR 2 is the highest spec VR that you can get for the consumer. I ain't talking about the HoloLens and all this other alternative stuff. I'm talking about the average consumer can walk into a store and buy. Digital Foundry has spoken. It is what it is. Sure, there are going to be some new VR systems that come out pretty soon that's going to be able to surpass that. Cool.
Well, you know what? But that's a good thing, right? That's what happens when you have competition. Like Sony has to do something. Other people are going to be like, yo, we got to try to do something similar. Try to come up with something under $800, $600, $500 with similar capabilities. That ends up being more options out there for other people.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Well, y'all remember when Mark Cerny said that? Mark Cerny said, we've worked with AMD on some different technology and stuff like that. If you see this stuff in a PC setting, it's based on what we've learned on the console space. But guys, they laugh, and had Mark Cerny back then, and now that shit is kind of being proven right. So it's kind of hard to dispute what that guy was saying back then.
So speaking about being proven right, I could have sworn there was some of us that was talking about how the Xbox Series S was a bad idea when it was first announced.
Yep.
And now it's
Jim Ryan said it.
Now it's coming to fruition, right? Digital Foundry, I guess in one of their podcasts, they mentioned a solution is to allow third-party developers to break free from the Xbox Series parity clause, meaning allow developers whatever they can do, they'll do on the Series S. But if there's like missing modes and missing stuff, simply because the company can't do it, then allow them to just be like, hey, if you buy the Xbox Series S, you're not going to have this, or this, and this as compared to the Series X, which kind of makes sense to me, right? It doesn't make sense to say, you got a more powerful console, but both still have to do the same thing. Like, then what? Now, of course, when the Series X and Series S was first announced, of course, misleading, but the community, the Xbox community, the influencers, all they said was it was just going to be a resolution difference. It was just going to be like, the Series S was going to be nothing more than a 1080p or 1440p version of the Series X. But once they introduced the specs and we saw that memory architecture, like, wait a minute, they did more than downgrade the GPU. That memory bandwidth is, like, seriously downgraded. Like, how they expect to fit the same shit the Xbox Series X can fit into that? Like, that's going to be bad enough that they decided to go with split pool architecture in general, which was a terrible idea. But now they gimped the Series S. Like, nah, that's going to be more than just a GPU issue. That whole thing is messed up. The only thing they kept the same was the CPU, which is nothing. They would have been better just a downgraded CPU and kept the bandwidth. Like, it was ridiculous, right? And now people are like, hey, this too unique architecture. Because yes, but no, people were like, oh no, things scale up and down. And now look where we're at right now. Now, a potential solution is to have developers break free from the parity clause. That's how bad it's got, right?
That's what I was mentioning before. Like, people were saying that it's just resolution, but they fail to understand that they're thinking of it as a PS4 mentality, where graphics scalability was a lot easier because the PS4 was already very downgraded even when it came out. The new consoles are not underpowered at all. They're very, very powerful. And like, having to scale so much more than just resolution and texture quality, you have to do so much with the meshes and the LODs and the draw distances and all this other crap. There's so much to do now that it's just not going to keep up.
Hey.
And it didn't. It shows.
I want to say shout out to Helicopter Position.
Well, I'll tell you this. Boy. This is a...
Let me get a super chat. Shout out to Helicopter Position. He wants to switch it up real quick. He says, will Sony get the Mortal Kombat 12 marketing rights?
Oh, well, who?
He says, will Sony get the Mortal Kombat 12 marketing rights?
Yeah, it's a numbers game.
I'm going to say this. When it comes to marketing, Sony has the advantage on any game over Xbox because it's a combination of market leader, but also Microsoft put themselves in a crutch because any game they're going to market has to go to Game Pass. So right off the bat, if a developer publisher says, nah, our game is not going to Game Pass, we'll market with you, but not for Game Pass, Microsoft has to say no. They'll be like, we can't take that deal. It's Game Pass or bust. So they pretty much created a barrier to where they can't market a game without Game Pass. They can't we can't say, hey, we're marketing this game, because then everybody's going to ask, hey, how come it's not on Game Pass? Oh, no, this is just marketing. You have to buy it. That's going to cause a huge backlash. So they pretty much put them in a position that any game they can market has to be a Game Pass requirement. And if a publisher or developer says no Game Pass, then they automatically rule themselves out of contention.
I think PlayStation has a great relationship with WB this generation too. Just look at all the big games.
Hogwarts. I think Hogwarts is like trending ahead of Elden Ring in terms of sales.
Mm-hmm.
That's huge.
Well, on top of that, guys, I think the biggest thing is Sony owns Evo, right? Mortal Kombat is a fighter.
Oh, you know what?
That fighter is in Evo. I mean, that just fucking makes sense.
Good point. The evil position.
It's a great point.
Yeah.
I didn't even think about that.
Trust me, PlayStation been marketing the last couple of Mortal Kombat games.
Mortal Kombat, yeah. But that just makes sense. It's a numbers game. Regardless of how you feel about it, it's a numbers game. Sony have the numbers. They're where the bulk of the people play, and it is what it is. You know, Microsoft, sure, they can throw a lot of money out there, but that gives them zero return on investment.
All right. Oh, here we go. True Virgil.
Because it doesn't help them with Game Pass, which what they're trying to do is just get the subs up. If people want to put their games in Game Pass, it's a waste.
Let me get the super chat. True Virgil. True Virgil says, no trolling, guys, but Microsoft earnings call was focused on cloud and Game Pass was mentioned. The process will be to bring multiple games in short bursts. I'm not a YouTuber, but I watch the stock market. Games are coming. FJ Dub. Oh shit! This no True Virgil, bro. Bro, how many years? We're not even talking times. How many years have we been hearing games are coming, bro? Like years, bro. This shit is Bro,
from the beginning, man.
Listen, Daddy went to get milk. He ain't come back.
They've said consistently. They've said every quarter, multiple times in multiple years. This is crazy, man.
No, this is.
Hey, Puerto Rock Barry, I know you. Of Phil Spencer back in like 2014, 2015, when they got into it live. Somebody posted that clip on Twitter again. It's still funny to this day. They're still waiting. Everything that they're saying is still happening to this day. So that means nothing has changed, man, since fucking 2014, 2015.
Yeah.
So, really true. I don't think Xbox dudes really care about the games like that. They care more about the relationship they have with Phil.
Yes.
Yo, that shit.
You know what I mean?
That shit is crazy. That's what sometimes I feel, bro. Cause like, they protect Phil Spencer till their last breath, and I'm sitting here like, why, bro? This dude is literally the main reason why y'all ain't got shit. Like, bro, I'm like, what? Like,
spending $500 for nothing.
What's the end goal here? I'm like, it's weird as hell, bro. Like, Microsoft literally, and we're gonna go back to the Xbox Series S. Like, literally at this point, and I posted up a poll, right? Let's see if I can show the whole thing. I asked a question, pretty much asking, should Microsoft? So in my poll, I said, should Microsoft drop the Xbox Series X? Because in my opinion, it failed to do what it was like doing. Like it was not, the console that eats monsters. I don't know why they had 8K chips in their mouth. None of that makes sense at this point, right? Okay. And since the release of the Xbox, right, since the gen started in general, 90%, I would say the majority of the talking points of Xbox has been value gaming. Value gaming. Value brings great value. Affordability. You don't have to buy games. You don't have to pay $70. It's always been value, right? So it's like kind of like the McDonald's value meal, right? You don't sell $50 burgers. Like you don't hear Five Guys saying it's the value place. You hear McDonald's or other places, right? So if you're going to be the value brand, why don't you just embrace it? Drop the Xbox Series X because you're hardly selling it anyway. I think we were talking a little bit about that, right? And just sell the Xbox Series X and just make Microsoft the value brand where people can cheaply get into gaming through Xbox. You don't have to invest. The problem with that mentality is that Xbox themselves are not nowhere near close to market leader. So if they were to do something like that, right? Not only yes, they take the Series X out of the equation, but now PCs and PlayStation 5s are suffering because developers not only have to make a very high-end game for those two systems, but now they got to downgrade all the way back to the Series S, Yeah. And not really. They could treat it like Nintendo. Some games will go.
I think they care about their perception with their fans too.
Look at Switch. Switch is weak as hell, but guess what? It carved its own lane. It don't need.
They got games though.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. But if Microsoft,
when you got games,
but
people will give you a lot of fucking leeway.
I know.
What I'm saying?
But look at what right now. What was the most exciting game Xbox played this year? That it's just like, this is game of the year.
Yeah, that indie game.
Hi-Fi Rush. Look how happy they were. Yeah. So you buy a $300 console, and you play shit like Hi-Fi Rush.
Yep.
You don't. That's it. You play Pentiment. You play Bleeding Edge. You play all these weird, stuff like that, right? And that's it. Nothing says you have to have the same games that you get on PlayStation. PlayStation could be PlayStation. Xbox could be this value console brand. Switch could be the Nintendo portability, and PC could be, naked mods and penis mods and all that shit.
You know why? Why they're not going to do it?
But think about it. Each and every single, platform has a unique thing to itself. It doesn't tread on anything else.
The thing is that if they were to do that, the Series S and the PS5, those two brands are so close in what kind of games that they get, right? Call of Duties and Battlefields and all these other games, they both get those same games. It's not like Nintendo gets those because they just have their own thing. Yeah, if they were to go full on Series S,
but think about
people would still go with the PS5. The Xbox would just basically die there. No, nobody wants a way weaker console.
But think about it. Nobody buys those games on Xbox anyway. Majority of the people buy all the games Xbox gets, majority buys it on PlayStation anyway. So why don't you do what Nintendo does and just be in your own lane?
I'm gonna tell you why.
Do the hi-fi rush.
You are being messy, yo.
But Barry, listen. Hear me out.
That's why, man. Phil Spencer's a damn clown.
Hear me out, though.
Oh my god.
They loved Hi-Fi Rush. Is that on PlayStation? No, there you go. Right. Listen, PlayStation cannot beat you in the games that is exclusive to the Xbox. So if that's what they want, and they call that shit Game of the Year. So that's the direction you should go. You know what? We're gonna do these stealth drops, $300 consoles, $150 consoles.
You changed my mind. I agree with you.
The problem is you guys can't let go in a world where Xbox no longer competes with PlayStation because it's doing its own thing. It said, you know what?
They could be mid games, but they're exclusive to Xbox.
You know what? We're not messing. We're not gonna try to be Naughty Dog. No, we're not doing that. We're gonna be this console that does stealth drops for Hi-Fi Rush. We're gonna drop Pentiment. We're gonna double down on Grounded. We're gonna Bleeding Edge 2.
Rock, you just proved the point. You just proved the point, brother, and I'm glad you made that point. Those guys really don't like those games.
What?
They're only parading the games because the Metacritic score was higher on those games.
So, but
that's not what they want to fucking do.
No, but that'll be their problem. Hey, that's their problem. We got PlayStation, so we good.
Absolutely,
we good. We ain't gotta worry about that. Be in your own lane.
And listen, and I get it, but it's all a fraud. It's all a facade. They want to make up for last generation, and they thought this generation was going to be able to do that, and it fell down the same rabbit hole. And they're sitting here, every single game for them has to be a GOTY or else it's an L. Because they're so behind by so many years. Like Sony can have a dud, right? We can have a dud. It's okay because Sony drops so many different games that are of high quality. You can get by with having a couple of duds. They can't get by with having a single dud because it hurts so much because they just don't have great games like that.
But think about it.
It's going to be hard for them to do it because they still haven't fulfilled their promise as far as delivering the triple.
Yes, absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Listen.
Yo, that 2020 show, bro. People forget about that show. That show right there.
Listen, Microsoft promised VR. And they said, nah, we ain't doing that. Fuck that. Change your plan.
You got it. I'm following that. You got it.
They said,
you got me, B-Right. You got me.
Listen, they break promises all the time. What's another promise? What's another broken promise?
That's true.
They do it all the time. They've done nothing.
They just broke the promise about these are the games you're going to be playing in the next 12 months. And they didn't.
My bad, chat. I forgot who I was talking with. My bad.
You know what I'm saying?
He good.
You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, we could just move on from that, right? If I'm just saying, if Xbox can be the value brand, then just be the value brand. Just embrace it. This is the value brand. This is the brand that still drops Hi-Fi Rush and all this weird stuff.
I personally was thinking like a different route they could take. They could let developers pick which console they want to focus on when it comes to Series S or X, right? And most of the developers would probably focus on the X because it's easier to do parity with a PS5.
Yes.
And then either have a cloud version because they have xCloud, a cloud version temporarily on the Series S while they, in a couple more months or something, make a good Series S version of the game rather than push for both.
They can't do that because 80% of the install base has the Series S.
That's the crazy part.
Make games. You just can't make games for Series X when ain't but a handful of people out of 18. I mean, come on, man! Like
that's the crazy part.
I hate to say it, they're fucked. There is no fix for that.
The majority are the Series S owners.
I have a question for y'all. What's up with your boy Coast Eatwood? Whatever his fucking
That's your boy.
No,
you brought him up. We didn't put him up. You brought him up. That's your boy. You named him. That's your responsibility.
Some dumb shit. He be saying some weird shit. It's just like, yo, man, like just taking that.
What do you mean? He's a reputable insider, bro. What you talking about?
Say that again.
He's a reputable insider. What are you talking about?
Hey, so
Listen. He's doing what he's supposed to do.
Yeah, let him do what he's doing. The man making man. Don't hate on his money, man. He making that money, bro. Let that man make his money. I can't hate on him.
At the end of the day,
he making his money.
When you look at these Xbox guys, whatever they're saying, whatever they're trying to spin, or whatever they're trying to tell the audience, is not changing the need. It's not spinning the need. They're not really doing nothing.
No, they're making money. Let them make money.
They can say whatever they want to do, but it's not really changing anybody's viewpoint as far as like the masses of how they feel about PlayStation, Xbox. It's not changing sales. It's not changing the games that's not coming out. The games that is coming out.
Flat earthers.
So it really don't matter.
They're a bunch of flat earthers making money. Right?
The reality is that people like those influencers that try to be like the voice of Xbox, they're not really moving the needle because there's many examples, specifically with Hogwarts Legacy, how there was such a big boycott on the internet, but the game yet still sold so much. That means majority of people that bought the game don't care about it, or they're not on the internet looking at Twitter. Yeah, so Xbox saying this and that, like they're influencing. They're influencing like 0.1% of the Xbox community. Like they're not influencing shit. People are not buying the games or consoles because they're just not interested. That's pretty much what it is.
Right. We got another super chat. Kali Yuga. Thank you for super chat. Says Phil gives more interviews than games. Oh shit.
Oh damn.
Oh god damn. Yo, you know what's funny? That shit. The best jokes are the true ones. Oh shit!
Yo, it's the truth. The man do an interview every month, bro.
But my thing is, why does he do interview like being so hypocritical, saying like how Starfield might be on PlayStation and all these? Man,
J Row 49. He typed 100. No doubt, J Row, because that's all we do. With 60 frames, no lag. At least when Phil Spencer not sending his Azure minions to mess up the podcast.
The thing is too, like I'm not even upset about Microsoft paying for these studios and having their game exclusive. They just not being honest with people. All you gotta do is be like, we are gonna make these shits exclusive.
We understand that too. That's an understandable concept. You bought a studio, they have a lot of IPs. Yeah, you want to make them exclusive. You want to boost up your brand. That's absolutely understandable.
Exactly. They're trying to manipulate and twist people around.
They want to act like they're not doing it. Shout out to True Virgil.
Yeah.
Says, Xbox gamers get what they ask for. The execs listen. Oh man, this dude's cap is at 1,000, bro. True Virgil's cap is at 1,000, bro. I gotta wear two.
I just need my Fusion Friends Day. That's all, bro.
I gotta wear two of these,
even when Phil Spencer was talking about the Bethesda acquisition, where Xbox people were saying, "Are they going to be exclusive games?" Even he tried to derail that answer. He tried to say, "Yes, there are going to be certain things that'll be for our customers on Xbox." It's like Phil Spencer worries more about the external user bases like PlayStation and Nintendo and PC more so than their own Xbox people. He would have said, "Yes, Starfield's going to be exclusive. That's why we bought it." But he didn't say that.
So damn, True Virgil, you asked for 2022. That's how you want your Xbox year to be since Phil Spencer.
Oh, that's what they asked.
Yeah, he asked.
That's what they asked.
You know what I'm saying? My man said Xbox gamers get what they asked for. The execs listen. So y'all asked for 2022? That's what y'all really wanted to happen? Oh, damn, bro. Stole them out. Up, Chuck Gaming. Oh, shit.
Yo, shout out to my bro, Chuck.
Yo, no doubt, bro. He said just showing support, bro. Shout out to you in the panel. Hey, thank you for coming through, bro. Thank you for coming through, right?
That's my guy.
So what do we do for the rest of it? I guess this gen, we just gonna have to suck it up. You know what I'm saying?
Why suck it up?
I mean, there's nothing you could do in terms of Xbox. Xbox Series S is here. So really, as from the industry perspective, when they make that games, right? Especially when we're done. See, right now, Xbox Series S, and I said this before, is being saved by cross-gen games. Because it is more powerful than the PS4 and Xbox One. So as long as games are being made on those platforms, Xbox Series S won't be exposed. But once we start moving away from this stuff and developers is like, yo, we done with PS4, we done with Xbox One, yo, let's step it up a notch. Let's add some shit. Let's add some sazon to this meal. And then they realize,
that's happening this year.
That's already happening, man.
Yeah, and then they realize,
ooh,
we overshot ourselves. Ooh. So what do? Do we start building games right from scratch from the Xbox Series S? And ass out what the PS5 and the Series X can do? Ooh. You see what I'm saying?
Let me tell you what's going to happen, Puerto Rock. Let me tell you what's going to happen. A quick fix will be for them to come out with some more hardware and fix the mistake that they have. With
how? I'm
just saying.
Brother, man, we seen that movie.
They known for doing
that movie.
They known for doing it.
That was the Xbox One X and that shit.
Yeah. Listen, the Xbox One X only got a year of shelf time before they moved on. See what I'm saying? They known for doing that.
They came out with the Xbox One S.
Yep.
Not even a year, but it was like less than a year. The X came out.
Yep.
Really, right now, what I mean by we're pretty much we're stuck is the majority of the industry will support the Xbox. There's going to be a few games, maybe not the super big ones.
We're incorrect. You saying they will support Xbox or they going to support Game Pass? Game Pass, Xbox, two different platforms.
Brother man,
they literally just said game.
Brother man. No, brother man. Listen, follow me along. Follow me along. Follow the train. I'm talking about games being made for Xbox, meaning they're gonna consider the hardware, right? Mm-hmm. Majority of the industry is gonna make games for Xbox, meaning you're gonna be able to buy it on Xbox, which means they have to consider the Xbox Series S. That's not going away. They're not going to be able to make a game on Xbox and not have it run on the Series S. That's not an option, right?
Yeah, because
the Series S is a factor, then that's also going to affect PC because they don't have to. They're going to be like, well, we have to make this game for this dog shit potato. We might as well keep making games for the 970. What would be the point of increasing, PC specs when the bare minimum is the Series S? Hey, I could put this game on a 1060 then. If I'm going to put on the Series S, we're going to keep the 1060, right? So Series S slowed down PC progress as well. It's slowing down everything. We're stuck with this until the next generation of consoles, and hopefully Microsoft says, yeah, we're never going to do this shit again. We're never going to do this low-tier version. Like, it is what it is. One school, and that's it. You know what I'm saying?
I honestly think this is it. This is it for them in hardware. They never made any money on it, and they don't know how to do it right.
Exactly, Jada. It's not even panning out for them on a sales perspective because the cheaper console for, what is it, $299 for S or $199?
You can get it for $199. That's what I'm saying.
It's not even working out as far as like people not going out in droves like, oh, I need to get this now. I can get this to Verizon for $150.
It was just $150, and the system hadn't been out for 2 years yet.
Yeah, I did see.
Because you're not it's the opposite of what's going on with the Switch and the PS5. You have software to go along with it. They did, like I said, the PlayStation did a great job marketing their platform as far as, hey, here's what the PlayStation 5 can do, and we have our games that is going to showcase everything that we promoted. You know what I mean? And the games are really good as well. You know what I mean? Xbox don't really have that. They promoted velocity architecture. They promoted VRS. They promoted machine learning, all this shit, but you can't really find a showcase.
Oh, yeah, you know what I mean? Shit, my God, that shit was crazy. 25, what was it? 25 T-flops or whatever.
Yeah. You know what?
With the ray tracing core, I was like, oh my God.
And they got inferior ray tracing. Man, it's crazy.
Bro, their first showcase of ray tracing, something that they heavily promoted, was with the Medium. And that was in a room. You know what I mean? They canceled the Minecraft joint.
Yeah.
That's what I was going to say.
Halo.
People
ray tracing in Halo.
They could play ray tracing in Minecraft, and then Mojang said, "No, we're not doing that."
Because the Series S, that was I guarantee it's the S.
Yeah, exactly.
I guarantee the S stopped y'all Xbox gamers who have the Series X from playing Minecraft with ray tracing. Guarantee that sucker did that to y'all.
Why do you think VR not there? I think VR could still be there, but the push of VR, really, I feel like developing for two systems and having VR on top of it, developers ain't want to deal with that bullshit.
Not only that,
PlayStation, you have VR. It's the same console.
The Series S is not doing VR.
Or not.
Yeah,
it's not doing it.
Not only that,
I'm pretty sure it could, but I'm just saying, like, they're not going to want to develop with VR as a different thing and then do it for two consoles on your platform.
Yeah.
And not only that, do you want to see Xbox make even more bad games? Like, goddamn, how many bad games could these guys make?
Porter, I got a question for you.
Hold on, let me do the super chat real quick. True Virgin says, Jim doesn't get on PS Chat to talk to y'all. I don't want him to talk. He talks to me through games. That's the conversation I have, you know?
Let the games do the talking.
Let the game. He said it in the beginning of the gen. Let the games do the talking. He said it. He kicked off the gen with that statement.
Not only that, when he does interviews with people, he doesn't talk weirdly. He just says it straight as it is. Like, this is what's going to happen, and that's it. So it's like, he doesn't need interviews with people in the community.
Yeah, there's no.
Yeah, when he talks to people, he talks to interviews on websites. Yeah, he just says it how it is. He doesn't need interviews with influencers. He just says it how it is. That's it.
Yeah.
So Porter Rock.
No, you said let the games do the talking.
Yeah, see, that's what he said. Time to let the games do the talking. And boy, was that the truest statement.
And he not a people person. He's just getting the job done. That's all it is.
And we don't want him to be a people person. We want him to shut up and keep doing what he's doing. That's it. Simple.
Hey, Porter Rock. So I saw your your tweet earlier about would you want Phil Spencer to be the head of Sony, and you said no. Can you explain why in your own terms?
Have you seen? Man, motherfucker, you don't even like Xbox. That's the reason. PlayStation would be what you don't like. Xbox.
Yo, P-Rock, you asked that on Twitter?
Okay,
no, somebody asked, and I quote tweeted it. You know, I did a re-quote tweet, and I said, hell nah, PlayStation would be dog shit if Phil Spencer was in charge of PlayStation.
I was about to say, I'm like, yo, P-Rock, there had to be a motive for P-Rock asking that.
No, I didn't ask that question. I was replying through a quote tweet. That
was like, it's kind of sad how Phil Spencer is trying to make the death of physical copies. Do you think that's going to ever happen?
I think the industry eventually wants to do that.
Why?
They're just being nice about it.
Yeah. You don't gotta spend extra money to manufacture.
All right, come on. All right, let me help you out. You got to look at it from their perspective. I'm not saying siding with them. So disclaimer: I am not siding with the industry, right? But you got to call a spade a spade. That's all I'm doing. Calling a spade a spade. Okay. When you look at it from PlayStation, right? Sony. The only thing that allows you to buy games and not directly do it from Sony to where you can get deals, cheaper prices, is because of physical. That's why I bought my physical console. If I want to buy a game and I notice on the digital store $60, but Amazon has it for $30, and I'm gonna go buy the physical copy and I'll buy it for $30, right? The lesson I did that was Street Fighter V. When Street Fighter V came out and it got the update with the single player mode and all that other stuff, I'm like, oh, cool. Now I'm gonna buy Street Fighter V, right? I went to go to the digital store. I first saw on Amazon, it was $30. I switched it over to the digital code so I could download and play right then and there. It jumped to $60. And I'm like, yo, how this shit went twice the price? And then I looked at the store. Amazon was just replicating the price of the store. So I bought a physical, but it came like in 2 days anyway, right? Then Sony, right? If you don't remember, maybe 4 years ago, they completely removed digital store codes. So you can't even get that from the store. So if you buy a game,
I hate.
Yeah, if you buy a game digitally, you can only get it through the console or through the PlayStation app or through the web. Pretty much directly from PlayStation. That is the only way you can get a digital game. You cannot go anywhere else. No vendor, CD keys, nothing. PlayStation 100% has a monopoly on digital codes, right? Mm-hmm. If physical games were to completely disappear, that means Sony 100% controls their games. And you only get a deal if they say so. No one can help you.
I like that you said that. Let's just say some Xbox con decides to hack everybody's PS account to where you lose everything.
Yeah, you're fucked, right? So physical. I'm for physical games because at the very least you're protected. If anything happens, you got your physical library. Even if you have to create a whole new account or buy a whole new console, you will always have your games.
Yeah, but those are extreme cases because you can say, oh, what if the hard drive in your PlayStation, the CD-ROM don't work no more? You know what I mean? What are you gonna do?
No, but you can buy a new console, but you still got your entire library. That's a whole different story if your account gets compromised or Sony for some bullshit says, hey, we'll shut down your account because we suspect this, and you're like, whoa, wait a minute, I didn't do that. Oh, too bad. Get a new account. What the fuck you mean get a new account? Every years of games is on that account and it's gone like that, But that's a risk you take or whatever. So I'm always with and again, I'm with the physical because, you could pick the best choice. If you don't care about prices or whatever, that's fine. But if you notice you could get a physical game for $15 and they're still selling the game for $70, you're like, whoa, wait a minute. Sony, I'm not going to buy your game. I'm not going to buy your game through your store. I'm going to just get it through Amazon. You understand what I'm saying?
Yep.
You got the choice. But if it was up to the business, they wouldn't want you to have that choice. They want you to get it through their store all the time at their price. You see what I'm saying?
You know the sad part about it? It's most of the discs that we have, you can't play the game off of them anyway. They're just really keys.
It's the
you
key.
got to download the actual game.
So the physical disc is your licensing key. You always have that licensing key. But then they find ways around
downloading the game.
Yeah, but they find ways around it now too. Because this is the shit I hate. So you buy the game physical, but it still doesn't work because you have to download the day one patch.
Yep.
So it's the same shit now. You understand what I'm saying? Which is ridiculous. Fatback Toast. Oh, Jesus Christ. Xbox is no more. Just let it go. Spider-Man coming. Facts. Absolute facts. And then who else we got right here? Oh, I think we got Kratos99. Yo, he giving out. Yo, it's Christmas. He's giving out memberships. He's like, you get a membership. You get a membership. Everybody gets a membership. So who's the lucky ones that got a membership? Oh, we got Leech99. Shout out, thanks to Kratos99. Everybody gives thanks to Kratos99. Sergeant, Sergeant 12, Brian East, Mike Santos, Seattle Chef, Dank Fountain, Texas Lean, Zero Steel, you know what I'm saying? No doubt. J767, 809 Lion. Damn. He hounding out Christmas, you know what I'm saying? No doubt. Shout out to
green names.
Shout out to Kratos99, bro. Is that, hey, JT Dub, you used to call yourself Kratos. Is that you?
Yo, no cap. I thought it was J-Dub at first. I'm gonna hold you.
My man.
Listen, y'all know I used to be Kratos. Then, after God of War 1 Game of the Year, I went to J-Dub, and then I said, I'm going to come back as Kratos once Ragnarok come out. So I went back to Kratos, and then I went back to J-Dub until the next one.
And then you also lost your account, right? Until Elon came back. Yep. He said, we bring you back. We need to get this money.
Yeah.
He said, Kratos not supposed to die. He's immortal. What the hell?
He said, I spent $40 billion. I need this money. J-Dub, I need it back. Hey, so let's talk about the next thing. The salt behind Final Fantasy XVI. I'm gonna have Jay Barry start off, right? So Square Enix came out and discussed why the game is a console exclusive, and after 6 months, the PC version still may not be ready. Which means they completely focused on the PS5 version. And now they're going to work on the PC. And whenever it comes out, it comes out. They're not giving a definitive date.
Like a year later. Whenever it comes out. But it seems like they focus on the PS5. They gave props. So if you read anything, if you could talk on that. And then also, chances are, Xbox ain't seeing this game.
Jesus, thank Jesus.
They said that.
Give a fuck. Thank Jesus. Work on your damn games. Don't be like Kojima.
They said that due to the PlayStation 5, they're able to get this game out in time, because if it wasn't on the PlayStation 5, they'll still be in development. So they thank the SSD, I think it was a transfer speed and all that stuff, the I/O that the PlayStation is using to help them, develop the game much faster. Also, Sony themselves, PlayStation, sent out developers to help with the development process of the game as well. Yeah, that boosts up the speed of development. But yeah, man, the reason why Yoshi P was talking about it, because when it comes to exclusive, these dudes with these interviews, they always got to ask, so what about the PC version? We saw December, whatever. He's just letting y'all know. He said, due to optimization reasons, it will be impossible for them to, have the PC version out in 6 months. So, the contract or whatnot that they have, it says December 31st, 2023, but they don't expect a PC version around that time, because they want to put out a quality product, to fully optimize it. You know what I mean? But
you don't want to sound like Xbox. Let's just put it like that.
If that's not a wishy-washy, situation, like, the deal is up. Oh, they got the PC version. Where is it at? He's setting the expectation, like, don't expect it after 6 months. The same thing with Final Fantasy VII Remake. People was expecting it, but a lot of people was like, "Damn, where's the version at?" Yeah, they wanted to wait and make sure the version is fully optimized.
And you know what, man?
Keep in mind what Barbara said is Sony send developers over there to help these guys out, and these guys know the hardware inside out. According to him, that was invaluable. Like, that's worth millions and millions of dollars that they would have to pay outsourcing and just getting in-house, and that was going to extend the time. So, I mean, it's basically, it's like, man, these dudes are willing to spend this kind of time and this kind of money to fly these guys out and to have them to work with us and get this stuff done. Hey, man, you can't lose with that type of deal. So it just
that's what Shawnee, I think her name is like Shawnee Benson. She's like the third market, like the third I forgot what it's called, third party, like head of third party or whatnot.
Yeah,
she wants to make sure that, third party, when it comes to third party, PlayStation is the best place to play. So that's why they're sending out these developers to help out with these games and making sure that they're using the DualSense features. Like I said, PlayStation, whatever they market, they make sure that you can see that within the game to set it apart, to make it different. Yeah. You know what I mean? Hogwarts Legacy would be the same on all platforms if it wasn't for the DualSense implementations with it. You know what I mean? Outside of, some I think that DLC mission that they have too, but it might be light to some people, or the too cool for crew people, but that can be the deciding factor as far as where someone purchases the game. And obviously it's working because where people purchasing the game, they purchasing it on PlayStation, on PlayStation 5. You know what I mean? So
yeah. So with a game like Final Fantasy 16, right? Obviously the primary audience became the PlayStation Nation, right? It started with Nintendo, but ultimately PlayStation Nation took over, and that's pretty much
because they wanted to advertise.
Right, so with that, right, the fact that they're focusing on PlayStation first, obviously Square Enix wants to put their games on PC, which is cool, whatever, make money. The third party, right? They're not actually Sony's first party, right? In that sense, but I like the idea that says, you know what, you're our primary audience. You bought a console that you pay for. You're gonna get first dibs, and we're gonna focus on you. And once we get it right, and we're done, and you got a quality game that was released in a timely manner. Now we're going to focus on PC. And they get it when they get it. And I think that's how it should be.
The thing is,
especially for titles that's associated for PlayStation, right? Maybe not in general with every third-party game, right? Third party's third party. But certain games is like, this games have certain tie-ins with PlayStation. And some people buy a PlayStation because they know this franchise is coming.
But you know what? You said a good point too, P-Rock. I don't know when I know you said it on this show. I can't remember which episode it was, but that is a deciding factor when it comes to third party as far as where they're going to work or put their game on a console, because we see this time and time again where developers are coming out saying that they would like to focus on one console to get this game out fully optimized, and it's just better for them because it's less of a headache. When it comes to Xbox platform and PlayStation, that's a deciding factor too, where the Series S and X, that's more of a headache. You know what I mean? It's an easier time to develop for that PlayStation 5 and keep it moving. You know what I mean? So yeah, you're going to see a lot of these third-party developers focusing on PlayStation, and that can be a deciding factor because it's just an easy process, less headache for them to develop a game on one platform.
Not only is it easier to develop for the PlayStation 5 because of their SDKs and all their tools, but it's also just one system. That's it. Just a digital and a disc version. Doesn't really matter what it is. And to get a PC version out on time, he said, the director himself said that Sony's the one that helped him push this game out the door basically and get it in time. If they were to keep the same time frame, no amount of money or developers would have made a PC version be good on day one.
Yeah, optimal.
So, and at the end of the day, I always go back to the numbers. Sony got the numbers. You want to put your game on a platform that has the most people, so it can have more exposure.
Not only that, but it's the biggest platform with the highest end hardware. So, with that, everybody that has a PS5 has to see the exact same hardware. There's 100 million people on Steam, but not all of them have a high end system. So developers want to make a next-gen version of a game, or a next-gen game in general, they're going to go with a console first and then focus on PC because of the hardware differences.
And it's not, and this is not all, and this is not all out of character. It's not like we haven't seen this before, because Take-Two, Rockstar specifically, does that with their main Grand Theft Auto and Red Dead. They first release it on consoles to make sure that is right, and then a year later, you get the PC version. You know what I'm saying? So even then, they kind of have that
developers themselves
quality, which is smart.
There's a developer for Far Cry 4 who said that it's very hard to develop for multiple platforms. He would rather just focus on one. This was a couple of years ago. He said this.
A lot of devs come out and say that.
Yeah.
And I always said that. Like, there's no way you can have a multi-platform environment and it's going to be the same as a single platform environment. It's not. A single platform environment will always be easier to work with, and you probably get better optimization focusing on one platform. Once that's done, then you move on to the next one months later, right?
Look at majority of PlayStation ports. Like PlayStation, majority of their ports have been really good on PC because the game's already out and the systems are there for the Nixes to take it and turn it into a really good PC port.
That's one thing I've been hearing, that the actual PlayStation first party ports on PC have been quality, specifically from the first
majority of them.
They've been optimized very well, but again, they have the time to do it. They're not trying to do both at the same time. Kratos99, oh man, he's about to be messy. Kratos99 is about to be messy. He said, P-Rock, you want to hear a joke? Sony buying Take-Two Interactive. Yo, let's move into this, bro.
I'm surprised people listen to that dude.
You know what?
I've been blocked that dude, bro.
Yo, and this part is not talking about the possibility. I'm saying, listen, this is just a warning, right? Don't get into that. And I already see people, they could buy Capcom, and I'm like, oh my God. Listen, I'm just going to say this out. Do not, if you're a PlayStation dude, don't go down that road. Because you're going down a road which is the only road Xbox and Microsoft is relevant in. That's literally the only thing the Xbox community and fanboys got is acquisitions. Why? Because you're talking about a $2 trillion company. We don't know a goddamn thing about PlayStation financials, how much money they got, how much money they're going to spend. Don't even make the assumption. Do not go down that road, because if you go down that road, you are playing into the Xbox fanboys' hands, because that is their lane. Microsoft got $2 trillion. They could buy, Activision, and they could go right after EA, and they got the money to do it. Sony ain't built for that. Stay away from that lane, because you're going to make yourself, it's a losing battle. The Xbox guys, they are egging you guys. They're like, Sony's broke, they can't afford it. They want you to defend Sony. I'm already getting like multiple DMs of people talking shit that Sony's broke. Delete and block. You're not going to pull me into this, whether or not Sony could afford anybody. I don't care. That's not my problem. Jim Ryan could figure that shit out. That's his book.
The thing is who's coming from. This is the same dude that said with the Last of Us show coming out that HBO and PlayStation got 5 spinoffs before one episode came out. Now it's just all of a sudden coincidence that they got 5 spinoffs working. Like, that dude has been crazy, bro. With his like, I understand people making like educated guesses with their insider stuff like that. That dude ain't nothing educational about his guesses.
That dude is just saying the most ridiculous scenarios.
The ridiculous joint,
and then
bro.
I'm gonna be honest, some PlayStation dudes are falling for it. I'm like,
they want to feel good. They want to.
It's just funny to me, right? It's just funny, and I get it. It's just a lot of these dudes just poking fun and mocking people and stuff like that.
No, some of these dudes are serious. They serious about these actors. It's like when you said it. You said it best. I think maybe about a year ago. Some PlayStation fans are fucking winners. They just don't know when to just chill the fuck out. And just enjoy. I
still believe that.
Just enjoy the love. No, they want more, even if it means you're about to lose and look stupid. Like, bro, take the games, and that's it. Don't worry about all this other shit that has nothing to do with PlayStation. Don't try to fight a fight that Sony doesn't even need to acquire anybody. To be honest,
the reason, Porter Rock, is because as a PlayStation gamer, you got all these exclusives. You got all this VR stuff, right? You have the best console money can buy for the cheapest price money can buy. And you got Spider-Man. You got pretty much Marvel sold up. You got Final Fantasy sold. You got any and everything you possibly can want. And dudes will still cry and complain about the most little tiniest of things. Whereas you look on the other side of the aisle, these dudes just struggling to get they're just struggling to get a fucking 60 Metacritic. They're happy with just anything, right? But like the saying goes, sometimes when you used to winning so much, you need to take some L's to bring you back to reality, because you just get caught up. Like a lot of guys, listen, I get it. I would like to have a show, right? I would like to have a showcase and stuff like that, and I think we're going to get it. But right now, I'm getting games. So right now, that showcase is not at the top of my priority list. If I wasn't getting games, then that would just make that even worse, right? Look at the Xbox side of things. These guys don't have any shows. They don't have any games. They don't have no VR. They don't have nothing. But you're getting all of this stuff over here, and your biggest complaint is, why aren't you showing me, this other stuff? And it's like, dude, we know it's coming. They've shown us a lot of it. We know it's coming. And I get it. Sometimes we can get impatient. But they're dropping games. So do you really want to throw out everything that they've just did for the beginning of this generation? If they launched the console at the cheapest price, they gave you a shitload of exclusives. They gave you the best running version of multiplats. They did all the VRS, ALLM, 1440p, all the stuff that dudes was they fixed all of that. But then people want to throw all that away just because of, they're not giving me a show, or they're not giving me this. It's just, so that's why I say sometimes as a PlayStation gamer, I notice the community can be a bunch of sore winners. Always looking, if Microsoft does something, they have a showcase, they have a show. Sony, Jim Ryan, where's our showcase? And it's like, dude, you just got fucking VR with 40 games. You got all this stuff coming. You got Final Fantasy. You got all of this stuff that's for you, but you don't want these guys to literally have nothing. And I think sometimes we spend too much time looking back instead of looking what we have on our plate.
I don't know, J Dub. I want my showcase. I've been asking for one.
I knew J Bar was gonna say something. He's like, I don't know who you talking to.
Until that.
He's like, I want my games and my showcase. I want it all.
He said, fuck that VR.
I was with you with everything you said, brother. But when you said showcase, I said, no. They need a first party showcase.
But boy, here's the thing about it. Let's say next week they come out with that showcase, right? They come out with that showcase. We're all running high on dopamine. We're all excited and everything. And then Microsoft is going to have their event in June or something like that, right? And then we're going to be right back. No. I know that. I'm not talking about you specifically.
They're going to show Bleeding Edge too.
Yes, but guess what? You're still going to have a lot of people from the PlayStation community.
Yeah.
Okay, Sony. Where you at? Where's your showcase? You
want showcase number 2. We want showcase. It's number 2.
I'm like, damn. I'm like, stop chasing the loser. Yeah. I've never been that guy to chase the loser.
Yeah.
When I'm a winner, right? When you're winning, you're too busy looking and running ahead to worry about what's behind you. And sometimes, not everybody, but some people, some parts of the community can get like that, where it's always well, they got they got this going on. Why we can't have? And it's like, dude, like Jesus, it's like you can't win for losing. And I get it. Always, I tell everybody, I never lower my expectation for PlayStation. It's always high. I've never said temper your expectations for nothing. Always, it needs to stay high because I don't want it to fall back into becoming an Xbox where these guys just fucking, the bar is just so low it doesn't matter, right? Phil could just walk out on stage, fart, and leave, and they would give the show a 9 out of 10.
All right. Shout out to Gamer Boy.
I don't want PlayStation to be like that.
Yeah. Shout out to Gamer Boy 83. Says, yo, P-Rock, gaming while listening to you fine gamers. Shout out to the panel. Hit the like button. Definitely, man. If you're enjoying the show so far, definitely hit the like button. You know what I'm saying? So with this whole thing, listen, don't confuse Microsoft's strategy and then all of a sudden Sony has to react. Sony doesn't have to react. In fact, reacting is bad. Right? Yep. Proper planning, having a vision, having a direction. Sony got that on lock. They're probably years ahead on things that we probably haven't even imagined yet. Let Sony do. They're clearly the number one. You heard it straight from the president of Microsoft themselves. They're dominating the industry. And they do that shit from proper planning. They don't need to buy Take-Two. They don't need to buy anything. If Sony feels they need to acquire somebody, they're going to get somebody that caters to maybe a potential weakness that they see, a gap they need to cover, right?
Yep.
Or maybe an area they want to improve on. But they're most definitely not going to be reactionary and say, oh shit, Microsoft got ABK, buy Take-Two. They're not going to do that.
Yep.
They're just not going to do it that way. That's not how they're going to roll. So don't get into that.
Yeah. They said the same thing about when Sony bought Blizzard. Oh, that was reactionary to dude. You're not going to buy. You spend a multi-billion-dollar corporation overnight just because somebody decided to do. That's not how that works, man. These deals, a lot of these deals, they were planning for over a year.
Yes.
if not multiple years.
That's an excellent.
That's trying to streamline stuff,
and I know a lot too. Like, you would get the proper information from the horse's mouth. Like, yeah, we've been in talks for like a good year now with this. And they'll still say, "Oh, they did it because of reaction."
Exactly.
Like,
well, because that fits the narrative that certain whatever the person, the fanboy, whoever is saying, right? That fits this narrative. For example, we've seen in the community a lot of times about how these dudes ran with a certain issue. They ran with something for all these years, and come to find out that wasn't even true. They made that up because it sounds more pleasing to them than to just seeing what the reality was. And it is what it is, you know. Lies only take you so far, but reality sets in. That's why I stick with numbers. Numbers don't lie.
It's not hard.
You can say Xbox is you can say Xbox is the world's most powerful console. Whatever I always say on paper, but the results is not showing, you know, and so the numbers don't. I mean, you look at the paper, you say, specifically, according to the paper, it's supposed to be outdoing, but this is according to Digital Foundry and all the other tech analysts. In my eyes, this is not what.
Bro, the Xbox, the Xbox is the Lakers when they had Westbrook, LeBron, Davis. On paper, that team was looking like God tier. That's a championship team right there. All the players that they got, you got 3 legendary Hall of Famers on your team. Well, it didn't work out. It didn't pan out. You know what I mean? The chemistry wasn't there.
You know what I'm saying? So so right now, so I would just say to the PlayStation, I mean, I already seen it. They already dug themselves in a hole. They're getting into conversation. There's no reason to talk about a PlayStation acquisition. Doesn't even make sense to talk about that, right?
Yeah.
The conversation should be, you know, if anything, I'm more siding with Bari about a showcase because I know they have games planned. I know they have stuff cooking up. I would love to see what they got. I know you in the kitchen. I know you in the kitchen baking some shit. I want to see it. I don't really care about that acquisition. Like the acquisition's important for Xbox because they really need that shit.
Yeah,
because they don't got much. They need to acquire stuff from people that have shit like now, where as soon as they buy them, they can release games starting tomorrow. Because their own shit is just not ready. I mean, what was it? Initiative? Or like what else? Like now, Fable's like now it's starting to be in production or some shit. Mm-hmm. Like, yo, this shit is wild. Like they literally have nothing.
Everwild, they still don't know what they want it to be.
I think they just got like a creative director or something like that for Everwild. It's the craziest junk.
You see what I'm saying? So Xbox Primary Studios, they don't have nothing. They don't have much. So they need Bethesda. They need Call of Duty because they already have stuff. They got Call of Duty. The fact that, you know, if they're able to acquire Activision, they know they got at least one AAA game huge every single year. Because that's how Activision runs with Call of Duty, right? So they need that. With PlayStation, we don't need to get into acquisition or be reactionary. Let's see what Sony's cooking up. Hopefully Sony will be, you know, getting a showcase. They'll be like, hey, this is what we got cooking up in terms of our live service games, single player games. More info on Wolverine. Obviously, we're definitely gonna get more info on Spider-Man. More conversations on third party because they did mention, hey, we're gonna, you know, like you guys mentioned, Sony's trying to make third party, you know, PS5 the best place to play for third party. So, what's more strategy on that? For me, hey, and this is to the community, just focus on the planning for the games. Don't get into the acquisition war because I'm telling you, you're going to end up dumb. 90%, there's a 99% chance you're going to say something ridiculous. I already seen somebody mentioned Capcom, Konami, Sega, and I'm like, yo, that's like $30-40 billion. Like, what are we talking about here? Like, yo, let that shit go.
Oh, yeah, I definitely said that earlier today because there was an article, they said that they got like $5 billion or something. I didn't know how much these companies were. I'm just saying, like, these are the ones that I think they should go for. Yeah. I'm not saying they should buy
somebody's mentioned buy all of them. I'm like, yo, like, what are you talking about here? Like, let that shit go, bro. Let's focus on what Sony has. Sony has some amazing studios. We still don't know what some of them are cooking up. We still got, you know, more questions than answers, but we know Sony's cooking it up, and odds are rolling the dice is gonna be fantastic. Don't get into the acquisition war. Don't try to play tit for tat. You're gonna look stupid on the internet. Y'all gonna look crazy and shit like that.
Well, put a rock. Another thing too, man, is with all the stuff that's being posted on Twitter and YouTube all the time, dudes just run with shit. Unless you heard it from the horse's mouth, take that shit with a grain of salt, man.
So if Sony's doing acquisition, it's going to be just like Bungie. They'll let you know.
Yep.
And then they'll thoroughly explain it. They'll explain the relationship. They'll explain the reason why. You'll get everything from them. You don't have to rely on
get an article.
They'll tell you how long they've been working on the deal and everything. They'll give you all the details.
You'll get all the details exactly.
Welcome to the family post.
Exactly. So you ain't got to worry about that.
Yep.
Right now.
You'll see all these studios. And that's one thing Go ahead.
No, go ahead. Stick to the best thing PlayStation got going, which is what they're supposed to have going, is games. That's literally their job. Stay there. Stay in that zone.
And at the end of the day, Puerto Rock, that's all it's about, is the games.
Yo, that's all that matters.
Think about it. I think that's where Microsoft failed the beginning of this generation and even like the end of last generation. They worried too much about power, and forgot the goddamn games. Yeah, and at the end of the day, you can have all of the power. If you ain't got no games to showcase it or any good games, period, it don't matter.
Yo, I'm surprised nobody using that Phil Spencer quote. I would never. He never wants to lose the power narrative again.
Yep. And to be honest, that was a stupid quote, man. He said,
"How was that working out?"
That was aimed towards his fanboys. Yeah, I mean, we know who that was aimed
and
for.
It's ridiculous. Like, yo, if you know you don't sell a lot of consoles and you don't have a lot of people, why are you so focused so much on this niche group? Because they more often than not, they're putting you in a box. He should have never said, "I will never lose the power narrative again." Like, bro, like. Yeah, that it's okay to try to make a powerful console, but if something else comes out more powerful, it is what it is. Your number one thing should be like, I will never go 3 years without games or some shit. That should have been your promise. Like that's just not gonna happen. Like, we're not gonna do this. I'm not gonna come back and keep telling you guys, yeah, we had a bad year, but I promise. No, we're done with that. I'm gonna bring the games. I'm gonna make sure these games are there. Whether it's from my own first party or I'm going to find a third party to build something for us, but I'm going to make sure I'm going to get you the games. That should have been your number one priority. And every decision should have been geared towards, how can we get back to Xbox being the place to play best games, right? Maybe, just maybe, slow down on the whole cloud day one PC things. Maybe be gradual. Like, hey, kind of like what Sony's doing. You know why? Hey, certain games will go to PC, but right now we're focused on a console. We want our development right. Mention cloud lightly, but they went hard on everything, and they're getting nothing right. They try to do everything at the same time, and nothing across the board is panning out. The Xbox Series X power is not panning out. Xbox Series S being an idea that's not panning out. What day one games, AAA, like, yo, it's crazy out there, bro.
Yep.
All right. Hey, so we're going to wrap this up. Hey, unless you guys got one thing to get off your chest. J-Bar, anything to get off your chest? Speak from the heart? Or you good?
Nah, man. Pretty much, I think you nailed it, man. The games are here on PlayStation. That should be the narrative that we push here because this is the best place to play video games overall, in my opinion. PlayStation VR 2 is something that's great. And PlayStation, they pretty much nailed it with that. And PlayStation, I need my goddamn first party showcase. You got a lot of great first party studios. And we just trying to see where these games are coming out, when they coming out. You know what I mean? I don't think you need like a rush, but I just want to see these games, like what you got cooking up. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no doubt. J-Dub, one last thing. Anything?
Well,
no.
Listen, I am officially done with Xbox. I sold my last Xbox Series X today. No regrets. All that waiting 5 years shit that those dudes out there talking about. Man, you kiss my ass with that, man. Listen.
He's like, I'm so done.
I tried, man. Listen, I tried to save Xbox. I tried.
I'm so done. He's like, I'm so done with this. Like, for me, man, it's like, it's all conversation. But as far as a console, it's because me seeing how Microsoft move. Like, normally, I would just get multiple consoles to get my gaming needs. But like I said, Xbox, as far as a console, I just don't see the love, man. I do, like Jay Dwyer mentioned it earlier. When was the last time Microsoft hyped up the Series X in anything? For anything. Like, we don't see it.
This is Game Pass.
That is the most forgotten console I ever seen, bro. You You ever see the stores promoting it?
Nope.
It's just the S.
The S.
Not a pamphlet, not a flyer.
Verizon or some 250 deal. Like, yo, it's crazy, bro. This shit is wild, man. Yo, this anyway. But anyway, hey, chat. To my friends, my family, my fellow gamers, I hope you enjoy another 60 Frames No Lag podcast. Stay tuned. Drop some more content. So I've been dropping them shorts. But anyway, of course, we got Jay Barry this Saturday, along with his co-conspirator, Persona. What's Up, PlayStation? The best PlayStation podcast that's out there, period. You know what I'm saying?
Try to be.
That's it. No, you are. You guys are. The world just don't know it yet. You know what I'm saying? They need to catch up. So if you're a PlayStation fan, check them out. It's every Saturday, 11 a.m. Eastern time. Right? 11 a.m., right?
Sir.
I got to wake up early as fuck for that shit with the West Coast time. And then of course, you got the antagonizer in chief, J-Dub. You know what I'm saying? But it seems like he's done, though. He tried. He tried to make Xbox better, but no one's listening.
Listen, y'all know more than me, man. I've given away so many Xboxes. I've tried to win NPDs for these dudes, man. They don't want to win.
He tried to get people to buy games. Like he tried.
Everything, man.
Listen. Oh man, but it's just how it is, man. But anyway, chat. You guys take care. See you guys next
week. You guys can find me on Twitter.
Find them on Twitter. He's back.
JW16. Yeah.
And then, of course, enjoy J.
Yo, pray for Tim Dog, guys. Pray for Tim Dog.
Hey, shout out to Tim Dog. He's gonna bow.
Yeah, pray for Tim Dog, man. I knew when he gave up. I said, yeah, that's
after 10 years of solid social media presence, he's like, yeah, I'm a dial it back from the podcast. It's rough in these streets for Xbox, man. Yeah. Ain't that much to work with, man. You know what I'm saying? Promises.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, you guys take care. And I want to give a special shout out to Kratos99. Thank you so much for all of the membership gifts. I hope you guys enjoy it. And to everybody that did the super chat, thank you for rocking out. Anyway, your only friend is YouTube Streets, PortalRock77. I'll see you guys next week. You guys take care. Peace. Hold up.